Okay, are we live yet? It's Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady, and this is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live, where I answer your questions about investing in tax liens and tax deeds here on Facebook. And my assistant, Nicole, will be with me, so she's going to help me out today. But I just want you guys to say hello. Let me know what state you're in. Hey, Cliff, it's good to see you here. And the reason I need to know what state you're in is because tax lien investing is different in every state. Okay, so anybody that tells you they're an expert in every state in the country is probably not telling you the truth, okay? And, you know, some states, quite frankly, just aren't worth investing in. So it is very different in each state. So say hello when you come on. I know we have a few people here already, and let me know what state you're in. Yes, I'm wearing a Rutgers shirt. Yes, I am a Rutgers alumni, but I was not on the track and field team. This shirt was given to me when I did a course for coaches. It was a weightlifting course, training for coaches to teach weightlifting. Certification course for USA weightlifting. So I was one of the instructors, and the track and field coach gave us these beautiful shirts. Okay. And since I'm a Rutgers alumni, I like to wear it. Okay. So hello, Tiffany. Good to see you on here from Tampa. Felipe from Florida. Martha, hi. From Texas. Okay, so we have, and by the way, guys, and Cliff is from Indiana. These are all good investing states for tax liens or tax deeds. Florida does both tax deeds and tax liens. Texas is a redeemable deed state, and Indiana is a tax lien state, and they also sell tax deeds. Not too many people know about that. So if you know somebody who can benefit from this, from Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live, share this. Share this on your Facebook page. Share this with anybody that you know that might benefit from this, or if you're benefiting from it, share it on your Facebook page. I was doing this only a couple of times a month. I am going to do it every week, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And guess what? Because this is where I answer your questions about tax liens and tax deeds. I also want to do some other content and give some training as well, free in these lives. So I am going to do more than just this Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live every week. I am going to do Facebook Lives the other days of the week from Monday through Thursday. And I'm relying on you guys to let me know if this is a good time for you. Do you want to do it at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 11 a.m. Pacific? And I'm going to have you vote on that when we finish up this live. I'm going to have you vote. I'm going to give you 3 different time slots of when you would like it. Now, we're going to keep this one at 2 p.m. because we've been doing this one for a while. But tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to have another Facebook Live, and on Monday. And so I'm going to let you vote. I'm going to give you 3 options and let you vote on those times, okay? But we'll do that later. Right now, think of your questions. Give me your questions, because that's why I'm here, to answer your questions. And I want to know, what is your biggest challenge to investing? And if you haven't started yet, why not? What I have behind me is just to let you know that 28 states have tax sales coming up. 28 states. There are 198 tax lien sales. 96 of them are online, okay? There are 232 tax deed sales coming. This is just coming up in the next month, in the next few weeks, right? 232 tax deed sales, 117 of them are online, and 49 redeemable deed sales. 5 of them are online. So let me ask you this. Hey, Lynn, my buddy Lynn is here. Hello. Let me ask you this. if you haven't got started yet in investing in tax liens or tax deeds, why not? What is stopping you from getting started now? Let me know, put it in the chat. And let me see if I can't answer your question today, right? About how you can get started. All right. So while I wait for you guys to put your questions in, let me tell you about the 3 time slots that we're going to vote on of when you want these content Facebook Lives. Okay, it can either be 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, which is 6:30 a.m. for you guys on the Pacific Coast. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, number 2 is 12 p.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific. And number 3 is this time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, we're going to vote on those later, and I'll go over that again. But hi, Christina. Christina's biggest challenge is finding viable properties to invest in, lien or deed, that are not junk. Is there a shortage currently, as several people are saying similar? Christina, I have a question for you before I answer your question. Where are you looking? Are you looking on the over-the-counter list, or are you actually going to tax sales? Where are you looking? Answer me that, and I will answer you your question. Okay, because there's a big difference between trying to get the leftover liens and deeds is a strategy I don't do. I don't think it's a good strategy. They're mostly junk properties. Very hard to find something good. Going to the tax sale is the best way to get a good lien or deed, or a lien or deed that's on a good property. Okay, so Christina, let me know, where have you looked? Have you been to tax sales, or have you only looked at the leftover list? All right. Meantime, looking at both, but online tax sales too. Yeah. And what state are you looking in, Christina? What state? Remember, I said this is different in every state. So what state are you looking in? And let's see. Cliff already chimed in. He likes 2 p.m. Okay. Felipe, I am already investing, but it's hard to understand how to get more OTC properties. Okay, Felipe, OTC properties are not the way to go. And for you guys who don't know what OTC means, it means over the counter. So what happens is, some of these tax lien investing gurus will tell you, don't go to the tax sale. There's so much left over. Just buy it from the county and get the maximum rate, because the interest rate can get bid down at the tax sale, or the price of the property can get bid up at the tax sale, right? So they say avoid that and get the leftovers. I will tell you that these sales are competitive, and that's why they tell you to do that. They say avoid the competition. But here's the thing, these sales are so competitive that there's nothing good left over. There used to be 20, 30 years ago, there used to be, but today there is not. Every once in a while, maybe something good gets through because somebody didn't pay for it, but there is a way to do it. And it's not to go to the county and get that list after it's been sitting there for a while, because all the good ones are going to get bought up as soon as they hit that list. If there are any good ones, they're going to get bought up as soon as they hit that list. So don't look at the over-the-counter lists. That's not the way to do this. If that's what you want to do, you're going to have to go to somebody else, because that's not what I do. Okay, that's not what I teach people. Now, every once in a while, I have a coaching client that does that, and I teach them how to do it right. But generally, that's not a good thing for beginners. All right, so what I recommend is that you actually go to the sale. And if you can't find deals at the sale, you're going to the wrong sales. Okay, I have found great deals at tax sales. Okay, all right. So Christina says, I've not done in person yet. I am still a beginner, so looking at Florida, not much here. Georgia, Indiana, New York, Alabama. I'm interested in Texas and Arizona, but the competition seems to be fierce. Okay, Christina, where do you live? And what states are you close to? Because you mentioned a lot of states, and if you go too far away from your house, you're going to spend money on traveling, and that's going to eat into your profit. So I suggest that you start where you live and states, okay, so you're in Florida. Florida has deed sales all the time. Florida has deed sales all the time. And lien sales are only once a year in Florida. If you're close to Georgia, Georgia has redeemable deed sales every month. Most of them are live. So I would go to places that you're close to. Are you in North Florida? Okay, you can easily get to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. Alabama's not my favorite state. They have a long redemption period, and the judges are not kind to investors. So Alabama's not my favorite state unless you're going to the deed sales to get the property, all right? But South Carolina is one of my favorite states for redeemable deeds. So, and those sales are coming up. They come up in the fall. So that is one place I would look into, South Carolina. And if you need help going to these live sales, who out there could use a tax lien coach? Put in the comments, coach. If you could use a tax lien coach, put in the comments, coach. Okay. And Nicole, are you here? Nicole, if you are here, put in the link for them, taxlieninvestingmentor.com. If you guys, anybody that's interested in coaching with me can fill out a form that lets me know a little bit about you, and you'll get to schedule a 30-minute session with me to see if it's right for you or not, right? To see if that's something good for you or not. So I'm not sure if Nicole is here with us. If not, I'll put that in later. Okay, Tiffany, need a coach, please. Okay. All right, I will put that, you know what, let me put that link in the comments for you. I think, now I'm on StreamYard, I'm not on Facebook, but you guys should be able to see this right in Facebook. I'm gonna put a link for you, it's oh, Nicole already did it. Thank you, Nicole. taxlieninvestingmentor.com. When you go there, there's a form that you fill out, and then you'll get a link to schedule a session with me. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and Christina, here's what I would do. Are you in, let me know, Christina, are you interested in deeds or liens? Being you're in Florida, Florida does both, deeds and liens. Deeds, you're actually buying the property. Does anybody not know the difference? Remember this that I put up here before? How many states have tax lien sales, deed sales, and redeemable deed sales? Does anybody not know the difference? Put me in the chat if you don't know the difference. Put me in the chat, and I'll go over that if you guys don't know the difference here. And is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful? Okay, let's see. Cliff has been investing in Indiana since 2010. Wow, Cliff, great. Great, yeah, the Indiana tax sales, by the way, are going on now. They go on in the fall. And then whatever doesn't get sold in the first sale, see, this is another reason why, you know, OTC liens don't work in some states. They don't really work in Indiana because what happens in a lot of counties in Indiana, they just keep reselling them until they sell. If it doesn't sell in the sales that are in the fall, then it gets certified to the commissioner and goes into the commissioner sale in the spring. And they will just keep selling stuff in that sale. until it sells at the sale. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Hey, Lynn, I know you're not familiar with the tax lien, so I'm going to go over it. A lot of these people are, but we've got Martha says me. Okay. Me. Okay. So there's a couple people that are not familiar with what a tax lien is. So let me just go over that real quick. When somebody doesn't pay their property taxes, in some states, like if you don't pay your property taxes, you live in California, they'll let you do that for a couple of years. I think it's 3 years, but after 3 years, they're just going to sell your property right out from under you. Okay. That's a tax deed. Happens here in PA too. I'm living in Pennsylvania. If I don't pay my taxes and it goes over a year, they're just going to sell it. They're just going to sell my property. Okay. That's a tax deed. A tax lien is in some states, like in New Jersey, right next door, because I'm only like 20 minutes away from New Jersey here. But and I lived in New Jersey for a long time, hence, Rutgers is my alma mater. If you live in New Jersey and you don't pay your taxes, they sell your taxes to an investor and they give you 2 more years to pay those taxes off. But guess what? You have to pay some pretty hefty penalties. And it's a pretty steep interest rate. If you're late on your taxes, the statutory rate in New Jersey is 18%, plus there is a penalty, a 2 to 6% penalty, right? Now that interest rate gets bid down at the sale, but you still have to pay that penalty on your taxes depending on how much back taxes you owe, right? If you owe, the bigger your taxes are, the bigger the penalty is because if you're delinquent in over $200, it's a 2% penalty. But if it's over $5,000, it's a 4% penalty. And if it's over $10,000, it's a 6% penalty. Now, plus there's an interest rate. Remember the 18% statutory rate that I told you about? Well, guess why the investor would want to buy those taxes? Because they get that return on their money. This is a way you could get double-digit return on your money without the stock market. That's what I use it for, as an alternative to the stock market. That's what I use tax lien investing for. Now, redeemable deeds are a little bit of both. They're actually selling the property at the sale, but the investor doesn't actually own the property until the redemption period's over. All right. Now, in Georgia, in South Carolina, and Texas, the redemption period is only 6 months on non-homesteaded properties. In Georgia and in South Carolina and in a lot of the other redeemable deed states, there's only a few redeemable deed states, but in those states, the redemption period is 1 year. And so after that year is over, in that year, the owner still has time to redeem their property and pay all the penalties. All right. But after that year, the investor can own that property. In some states, they actually have to do a foreclosure. In other states, they just apply for the deed. Okay. So that is, in a nutshell, the difference between a tax lien, a tax deed, and a redeemable deed. I know I went through it really quick, but don't worry if you need to know more about this, as I plan on doing these Facebook Lives that I'll actually give content and training on this stuff. All right, but today is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live. This is for me to answer the questions of you guys that have already started investing and have questions, or you didn't even start yet because you don't know where to start. And so what is stopping you? My question to you is, what is stopping you? Okay, let's see what Tiffany said. I learned that about South Carolina last night. So cool. Yeah, South Carolina is a redeemable deed state, and it is one of my favorites states to invest in. As a matter of fact, my favorite states to invest in are states where they bid up the price of the lien instead, and you get your interest or penalty on the total amount you bid. Because you're going to make money either way, whether you get the property or you get your money back, you're going to make profit. You're going to make profit, right? So those are the ones I like the best, because those are the ones you can make the most profit. either way, okay? Okay, oh, Cliff said they changed a rule this year. Okay, Cliff is talking about Indiana. Which rule did they change this year? They have Indiana has a seminar every year before they actually start their investing, and I didn't go. I usually don't go to the seminar. I just wait until tax sale resources or tax sale finders reports on it, and I get, but I didn't check yet on what's going on. They have changed things over the years. They've changed the interest rate that you get on subsequent taxes a few years ago, and some companies that invested there didn't invest there anymore because of that. So that was actually a good thing for investors. And I like Indiana. I do like Indiana. So Cliff, what changed in Indiana for this year? Okay, and while we're waiting for that, you guys can vote on what time you would like these Facebook Lives. 9:30 a.m. Eastern, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific, or 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, or 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific. 1 is 9:30 Eastern. 2 is 12 p.m. Eastern. 3 is 2 p.m. Eastern. 1, 2, or 3? Put it in the comments. 1, 2, or what's your vote? 1, 2, or 3? All right, so Cliff says they added an exclusive sale for nonprofit companies. Oh, yeah, I did see that. So, in other words, what they're saying is that if you're a nonprofit company, and here's why they did that's not such a bad thing, is so that nonprofit, and Lynn, pay attention to this because I know you're starting a nonprofit company. In Indiana, nonprofit companies get to bid first. They have a sale first for them before they have a sale for everybody else. Yeah. But you've got to be a nonprofit company. Okay. So it looks like most people like the 2 p.m. time slot. All right. So this week I scheduled 12 p.m. for tomorrow and Thursday. I scheduled it at 12 p.m. So next week I'll start scheduling at 2 p.m. if that's what most people want. Okay, but a couple of you said that either 12 or 2 would work. Okay. Tiffany's asking a good question. Can you tell us all your favorite states to invest in? Yeah. And these are states that my clients have been successful in. Michigan for tax deeds. New Jersey, of course. I've done a lot of investing in New Jersey for liens, and Indiana for liens, and South Carolina for redeemable deeds. It also has to do with whether they're live. Like sometimes I like the live sales better than the online sales. And if they are online, I like certain platforms better than others. New Jersey has all their online sales on Real Auction. Real Auction is a very easy to use platform. All of South Carolina sales are live, and I like those sales better than some of the redeemable deed states that have online sales in platforms that I don't really like. Indiana has some online sales on a platform called Zeus Auction, which is also very easy to use and very easy to register for the tax sales. So that's why I like Indiana. And I have another favorite state, but but it's not really the whole state. It's not my favorite. It's only certain places. And it's kind of my secret that I keep for my coaching clients who live in that state. Okay, because the state, I will tell you, is New York. New York is a different animal. There can be city sales, village sales, and county sales. Most of New York are deeds. It's a deed state. There's only one county that has a big lien sale, but I've never actually been to that sale. It's super competitive. It gets bid down really low. But the villages and cities can have their own tax sales in New York. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you about that. But even the deed sales in New York, are online, and they're handled very nicely. They're handled very good. All right. How about Puerto Rico? That's a really good question, Lynn. I've looked into Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico does not have tax sales. And I've actually been to Puerto Rico and to a mastermind for real estate. It was a real estate mastermind. And, oh, hi, Jean. I talked to some professionals there, like CPAs and real estate professionals there. And what they told me is that there would probably never be a tax sale in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately. But I'll tell you, if you're interested in buying property in Puerto Rico, bank-owned properties, there are a few available in Puerto Rico. I've looked into it. I'm still looking into it. That's one of the things on my bucket list. I want to buy property in Puerto Rico. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. All right, come on, guys. I'm here to answer your questions. And you know what? I've asked this question. This is the third time I'm asking you guys this question. I want to hear your answers. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from starting to invest right now? What's the one thing? Because look, when I find out what you need help with, that's what I'm going to train on in the other Facebook Lives that I have. So let me know, what is stopping you from investing right now? And Nicole, put that link in again for people to fill out the form at taxandinvestingmentor.com, so that if they need a coach, they could go out and fill in that form and get a 30-minute session with me. Okay, Tiffany is saying, I need the confidence and the knowledge. Tiffany, I can definitely help you with that. You said you needed coaching. Yeah, with my coaching, with my coaching, what I can do is help you find out what tax sales are coming up around the country, help you find the best place for you to invest, okay, and look at the properties in the sale and determine which properties to invest in, and determine how much to pay for those properties, how much to bid. I can help you do all that, plus know what to do once you get a lien or deed so that you maximize your return. Okay, Cliff says education. Now, Cliff, you have been investing. How come you need education, right? You've been out there, you've been doing it. So what specifically, what kind of education? And, you know, Lynn's saying education too. Okay, so guys, what kind of education? And Nicole has put that link in there for you again to fill out the form. And this time she put a direct link. Last time she put the URL, taxandinvestingmentor.com, that takes you to the form to fill out. This time she just put the direct link, which is like a long, ugly thing. But if you, let's see, is it clickable? You should be able to, yeah, it should work. I can't tell because I'm here on StreamYard. Okay, Martha, money is stopping you from investing. In other words, you don't have the money to invest, Martha. Would you like to know what I consider to be the best way to save money for investing? Would you like to know that? I will tell you that I just started funding my own infinite banking policy so that I can be my own bank. And I actually got my license to sell life insurance so that I could write these policies for myself and for others. Okay, so an infinite banking policy is a life insurance policy. It's a whole life policy. And not only does it buy you life insurance, but it also lets you develop a cash value that you can borrow from, except you're not borrowing your money that's in your policy, you're borrowing the insurance company's money. So the money in your policy keeps earning interest and dividends while you're borrowing it. So let me give you let me give you an example. So the younger you are when you start these policies, the better off you are because you get a better deal. Now I'm 63, all right, but I felt pretty good when I got my policy because the woman who helped me write my policy, one of my mentors for doing this, told me that I'm the first person over 40 that she's seen, and she's been doing this for a few years, that got a preferred rate on my insurance policy, which means I'm really healthy as far as they could tell, right? So anyway, I'm only putting away, and I wish I was putting away more. I'm only giving around $350 a month to this policy. I might increase it because I have the ability to increase it and put more away for the first few years. I might put $500 a month, maybe even $1,000 a month away in this policy because it buys me life insurance, but it also builds up this cash value. Now, let's say, and because of my age, it's going to be a little slower than it would be for somebody that's younger. They'd be able to develop this a lot faster than I would. But in 5 years, I'll have over $11,000 in this policy that I can borrow from. And in 10 years, I'll have, maybe around 25,000. So let's say, let's just pretend that I'm younger than I am and I'm able to have like 25,000 in 5 years and it built up into this policy and I want to buy a new car. And I take that $25,000 and I borrow it. You can actually borrow 90% of the cash that's in there. So let's say I have 30,000 and I want to take out 25 and borrow it. It's still going to be earning interest and dividends while I'm borrowing it, and I could take that money and buy a car with it, right? And pay myself back. I could pay myself back over 5 years as if I had a car loan, right? But I'm paying myself back. So in 5 years, I have the car. I still have my money, right? Because I didn't give my money to anybody else and I didn't finance it. Well, I did finance it, but I used my own money to finance it, okay? That's the beauty of this policy. Okay, but let's do another scenario. Let's say I take that money out and I invest it in tax liens. That money's still making interest and I'm investing it in something else that's making interest. So I'm making interest twice on the same amount of money. So I love these policies. They're called different things, but I refer to it as an infinite banking policy. You can be your own bank, okay, with this policy. So Cliff is asking how to get it. Well, if you'd like to make an appointment with me to talk to me about getting one of these policies, just put IB for infinite banking, IB, in the comments, and I'll reach out to you and give you a link to schedule a time with me to talk about an IB policy. You actually have to qualify for it. So what you do is I'll give you a link. You just go to the insurance company and fill out all the medical stuff. If you're under 50, you don't have to have somebody come to your house and take your blood and your urine and your blood pressure and weight and height. But I am over 50, so I did have to have somebody come out and do that. If you're under 50, you just have to fill out a medical questionnaire. I will tell you that if you have any medical problems, like diabetes is a big one, that can preclude you from getting one of these policies or getting a good deal. So here's what you do. If somebody else in your house is healthy or younger than you, like what I plan on doing is getting policies on my sons, because the money in that account, the cash value is still mine. All right. It's just the death benefit is doesn't kick in unless they die, something happens to them. Then they or their beneficiaries get the death benefit. But the money, the cash value in there is mine if I own the policy. Okay, so you could get it on a family member. It doesn't have to be you if you do have a problem, you know, a health problem that puts you at risk for this. But that's something I can go over with you. All right, so, oh yeah, we've got a few people that want to talk about infinite banking policies. Okay, I will get back to you on that. You know, we will go over the comments, and I believe I don't have your email addresses, but I could probably direct message you on Facebook is what I will have to do with the link to set up a time with me to talk about the infinite banking policy. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Because I'm here. This is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live. Like I said, I'm here to answer your questions. So let me just make sure I got them all. And let's see. I'm just scrolling through all the comments here to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. Okay, and Christina had said she's interested in deeds, but she's open to liens as well. Yeah, the deed sales happen in Florida all the time. So if you can't find something good, Christina, at these deed sales, I suggest that you look around at the different counties and try to find counties that still have their sales live instead of online. Okay, you might be able to find them. And again, you can also go to South Carolina for the redeemable deeds. They will be coming up. They will be coming up. They happen in the fall. All right, so I don't think I missed anything. All right, so last call for questions, guys. Last call for questions. And what's today? Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We will be doing this at 12 p.m. tomorrow and 12 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, this week. And then maybe next week we'll switch to 2. I will let you guys know. Okay. Okay, Tiffany's asking, what do you teach that's different from other programs? Well, Tiffany, I am not familiar with other programs. But I actually show you how to do it online when you're coaching with me. I actually show you how to do it online, and it's not so much what I teach. Well, maybe it is a little bit about what I teach. I'm known online as the most trusted authority on tax liens and tax liens because I don't always tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, no hype, no fluff. I'm just going to tell you the way it is, which is why I don't agree with the over-the-counter lien strat or deed strategy. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's worked for me and what's worked recently. I am still doing this. I am going to tax sales. I'm a fund manager for a tax lien fund. I still go to tax sales. I don't always physically go to them. Sometimes we invest online, but I'm doing the due diligence. I have a team that does a lot of it for me, but they come to me with their questions. And then I still go to tax sales. I still go to live tax sales. So I keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening, okay? So that's the difference. And then I'm going to actually show you, if you coach with me, I do small group coaching. So you're in a small group and you get to learn by the questions that other people are asking. And I'm showing you my screen. I'm showing you what to do. And you get access to my courses, my training courses, and you also get access to something called tax sale finders. Okay, it's something that I give my clients so that they could see what tax sales are coming up around the country and actually look at the properties in the tax sale. They get 50 property reports a month to actually look at the properties. Okay, and then, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years, so you get to pick my brain. So that's the difference between me and other programs that I know of. I really can't answer that completely because I don't know what the other programs offer. Oh yeah, because some of these programs don't do what I'm stating and I need to learn and embed. Yeah, I have people come to me, unfortunately, after they spent a lot of money on another program and they really didn't learn the stuff that I teach. And I will tell you, my coaching is a fraction of what some of these other organizations charge for coaching. And it is definitely worth it. My clients are successful. I have, if you go to my coaching page, I have a couple of video testimonials on there, as well as some written testimonials from real people. And Nicole, can you give them the link to the coaching page? It's, if you go to taxlieninvestingcoach.com, it will take you there. If you go to getprofitableTaxLiens.com, it will take you there to the coaching page, which it doesn't even tell you everything that's in the coaching. It just describes how the coaching works. Okay. And it shows you the different levels. You know, you could do it for the year and save a lot of money, or you can pay monthly for the coaching. Yeah, Nicole, can you put that link in there that goes to the coaching page so they have that? And then we'll finish up if nobody has any more questions. And yep, she put the link in there for the coaching, so you guys can just go to that page. And it doesn't, again, it doesn't tell you everything that you get, excuse me, because you also get access to my membership, which gives you all my workshops and tax sale finders, and just a lot of stuff. But I don't want to get you overwhelmed with all that stuff. The important thing is that, you know, what I'm going to help you do. And if you schedule a time to talk to me, I can fill you in on all that stuff, okay? All right, everybody, wonderful talking to you today. I will see you, I'm gonna be here. Well, Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live is next week at 2 o'clock, next Tuesday, but I will be giving some training tomorrow at 12 and Thursday at 12 right here on my Facebook page. So I will see you there. Okay, bye now.